Welcome to Life with David. I'm David, and 2 years ago I bought a small Dyna-Glo 2-burner propane grill with a side burner from Home Depot. I made a video about assembling which has been viewed over 42,000 times. That's a lot of interest. Well, today I thought I would give you an update on how the grill is doing. I'll also share some of the techniques I learned on how to get the best out of the grill and some maintenance that I had to do. So why don't you join me on a return visit to the Dyna-Glo DGF350CSP 2-burner propane grill. I'd like to spend a moment on safety. There's nothing more important than keeping you and your loved ones safe. Be sure to read, understand, and follow the safety rules for your tools. Using your tools properly will greatly reduce the risk of personal injury. And always use the appropriate eye, hearing, and respiratory personal protective equipment. Remember that propane is very flammable, and if you're following along, you're doing so at your own risk. Now let's get started. For the last 2 years, I've used my grill about 4 times a week during the grilling season. Every fall, I clean it up and put it away. Now it's spring, so let's uncover it and assess its current condition. One thing I noticed is that the heat tints are deteriorating. That doesn't surprise me. Those always seem to be the first thing that go on any grill. What does surprise me is that the burners look almost new. Normally, even with bronze burners, the burners have to be replaced every few years. The main cooking grates look good. These are cast iron and they wear, well, like iron. The warming rack is made of stainless steel and it's showing some signs of rusting. I was concerned that the bottom of the grill would rust because it's made of painted steel and in contact with corrosive food juices. However, it looks really good. I try to clean it every year, but I don't get all the grease off. The inside of the lid is covered with soot, but that's normal. I noticed that the outside of the lid also has some smoke discoloration. I've cleaned it off with some Barkeeper's Friend. However, some of the silver paint on the knobs has also worn off. In general, the cart and propane tank supports are weathering nicely. I keep the grill covered with a short grill cover so the bottom of the grill is exposed. I tried a longer grill cover the first year, but it was too unwieldy and would blow off. I've only used the side burner a few times, but it really puts out the heat. I like the burner cover since it keeps the leaves out of the burner. However, it can take a couple times before it lights. I think that's because it takes a while for the hose from the valve to the burner to fill with gas. The main burners don't have that hose. Well, all I think I need to replace are the heat tints. The lowest cost, best place to get new ones is at the manufacturer's website. The parent company for Dyna-Glo is GHP Group. They are the original parts and they were so inexpensive that I bought 5 of them even though I only needed 2 today. You might want to consider buying some before you need them because they're so affordable right now. While I was replacing the heat tints, I noticed that one of the clips that held the burners in place had rusted away. I think it's only there if you move the grill, but I replaced it with a cotter pin. Next, I replaced the heat tints. They just set in place. Now we can get cooking. Here are a couple of tips I learned. If the cooking grid looks unusually dry, I'll spray with a little grilling pan before I light the grill. However, it usually doesn't need it. To light the grill, I open the propane tank valve and then slowly turn the burner knob. This allows propane to enter the burner prior to the ignition spark firing. If I turn the knob too fast, the burner won't light the first time. I always preheat the grill with both burners on high for 5 to 10 minutes before I start cooking. I use the thermometer on the lid and wait until the temperature is at least 600 degrees. I always cook with the lid down. The cooking process just seems to work better for me. The food cooks quickly, evenly, and is moist. When I grill steaks or burgers, I season both sides before I put them on the grill. I cook one side completely and then flip them only once. Otherwise they get too dry. On the second side, I often reduce the heat to minimize flare-ups. For chicken, I'll use a lower heat, sometimes indirectly where the burner under the food is turned off or very low. Poultry is cooked to at least 165 degrees, so I'll take my time, turning and basting often with butter or barbecue sauce. I use an insertion thermometer to test the temperature of the poultry. If I want to smoke foods, I put a brick on one side next to a burner. Then I fill a smoke box with moistened wood chips and set it on the brick under the grate. I preheat the burner next to the smoke box on high for a few minutes to get the smoke box hot. I leave the other burner off or on low. I'll put the meat to smoke on the warming rack or over the turned off burner and smoke it for an hour or more. It's not a smoker, but it does an acceptable job. To grill vegetables or fish, I use a grilling basket. However, this grill is pretty small, so check to see if your basket will fit before you start cooking. After I'm done cooking, I run the grill for 10 minutes on high to burn off the excess food residue. Then I shut off the burners and close the propane tank valve. After the grill cools, I cover it with my grill cover. Thanks for joining me today. I hope this video helped those of you that are interested in purchasing this Dyna-Glo propane grill. Just to let you know, I purchased this grill by myself and haven't received any consideration from the manufacturer or Home Depot. I just like to make videos that help people. If you like this video or you think someone else might, please give it a thumbs up. If not, give it a thumbs down. The more likes this video has, the more YouTube will recommend it to others. Also, please leave a comment or suggestion for things to do. I hope to do more of these videos, so please subscribe and click on the bell for notifications of new videos. Let's get together next time for another day in Life with David. See you soon!